You know, I was gonna get these dumbass comments like, oh, what happened to Kaila Yu and her book is not actually rape. So let me go back in here and read to you what she said happened. I wanted to be adored as a model and was ready to bend some rules, but hardcore porn was not one of them. As a 19-year-old virgin with only some over-the-clothes heavy petting sessions with my boyfriend, there's no way I'd perform my first sexual acts on camera. But despite having zero intentions of becoming a porn actress, I still found myself caught in a web of a practiced predator finessed at tricking, coercing, and assaulting women into performing sexual acts on camera. The next ad I got a response from was a casting call for pinup models. Because the ad appeared in the UCSD school newspaper, it lulled me into a false sense of security. He was another middle-aged man sitting behind a small office desk in a strip mall. He looked like your average white dude, nondescript, with dark brown hair. "You've got a great look," he said. "I could definitely get you in these magazines and calendars." I took his promise at face value and left hopeful with a test shoot scheduled days later. The test shoot was at his apartment. Unbeknownst to me, I had walked onto a gonzo-style porn set. The video's premise was the generic porn trope of man lures woman into his apartment with the promise of a casting, but instead coerces sex acts. She wrote, "He could hurt or even kill me and no one would know." My young mind likely decided it was best to be completely compliant. It's a known trauma and threat response, one of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, which means you placate your assailant to protect yourself, especially if they are bigger and stronger. He asked to penetrate me, then tried for a blowjob, but I said I couldn't comply because I had never performed either act before. By the time I left the videotaped test shoot, he coerced me into performing several other explicit sex acts for the first time. They were not consensual. When researching this book, I watched the video for the first time in its entirety since I shot it more than 25 years ago. I'm horrified by the parts he included. There are fake smiles at the beginning before I realized what would happen. Later, as I was trapped and unable to say no, I stare into space with confusion and evident discomfort. The disorientation soon morphs into visible flashes of fear. My guess is that he left those parts in purposely for a very specific type of man who would enjoy my distress. Much of the video is also out of sequence to appear like I continue to smile at the end of the video after my assault. So the guy posted a video titled, like, "I coerced this woman into doing non-consensual sex acts with me." And the woman comes out and says, "Yeah, I was being coerced in that video and he did non-consensual sex acts with me." And somehow you think like he didn't coerce her and didn't do non-consensual sex acts with her, even though there's also a video that shows those things. Something must have happened. Like, there's no way. I can't provide additional explanation. I don't think anyone can provide additional explanation. And like, rape victims do not need to like try to convince people that something that objectively happened. They need to focus on healing. And I need to focus on something really important. Do you remember that Elliot Rodger Diary of a Wimpy Kid parody I posted, but I only had the first chapter of it because it was a Kickstarter project and then it got taken down for obvious reasons. I thought I would never be able to read the rest of this lost media, but I actually found a copy of the whole thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go and read through that whole thing and I'm gonna record a read through. It's gonna take me days. And that is still a better use of time than explaining to you people like whether someone was raped or not.